So I didn't start running until I was 39. Entered my first race a couple of months after I started running, and that was an 8K run. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't run 8Ks.
It's the triathlon off season for me now. So a chance to kind of back off with the race specific kind of training and enjoy some aerobic fun training. But having said that, I decided that I wanted to do a half marathon. So I haven't done a standalone half marathon in 6 years, and yesterday I entered the Gold Coast Half. It's in 11 weeks today. I thought I'd just share my running story, where it all started.
I'm doing my hard lap.
Tim is still racing. He has a race next weekend, so he's out, which is why I'm out here on the trail. He's just doing a final training session out on course. So here's my running history, how it all started, how it's been going, and where it is right now. I started playing soccer when I was 10, but around when I had my children, I stopped playing the full field soccer. So I played futsal, and during the summer season played outdoor six-a-side. So as my kids got older, I felt the real urge to go back to full field soccer. I started playing for a team when I was 39, started playing again full field, Kellyville Colts in Sydney, and I was playing with and against girls who were like 20 something, so young girls and some teenagers, and I just didn't have the fitness to keep up. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll go out and do some running to improve my fitness, to be able to keep up with these young girls. So I started running, entered my first race a couple of months after I started running, and that was an 8K run. I ran and walked that 8 kilometers. I have no idea how long it took me. I was not really interested in the time, but I thought I could just go out there and run 8K, so it wouldn't be too hard, but I couldn't do it. So ran and walked that, and then that kind of fueled me to go, okay, I need to be able to run at least non-stop 8Ks. So I entered Gold Coast Half Marathon. So that was way back in 2011. My first half marathon, and I ran it in 2 hours, 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Pretty memorable time. By that stage, I was really loving running. I was probably running, maybe 3 or 4 times a week then, and really loved it. Wasn't doing triathlon at that time. Then I joined a running club, and as a club, we did another event probably about 9 months later, and it was called the Brisbane Twilight Marathon. So it was in Brisbane in March at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was so hot and so humid. And I didn't know anything about fueling. I just would like, no, I'm fine. I just need some water. So we did this race, 2 hours, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and I was ravenous at the end. I was so hungry. They had hot cross buns, and I think I ate about 5 or 6 of them and just could not stop eating because I was so hungry. So since then, I learned a lot that you actually need to eat well before a race, and consume some calories during a race as well. So then in 2013 I did a 5k PB, still stands, a 10k PB still stands, and my half marathon PB, which still stands. I didn't realize that was actually such a great year until now. I look back on it and go, I was running pretty well then. So my 5k was 23:48, my 10k was 48 something, and my half marathon is 1:50:08. Around that time, someone also said to me, if you start running as an adult, you've got about 8 years of improvement before you no longer get that improvement. So at this point I was 4 years into my running. It's like, I've got lots of time to improve. But then I got into triathlon, I also got into longer running, and so my times for 5, 10 and 21Ks never improved, never got any faster. But now I've decided to spend a good couple of months just working on my run, just going back and just enjoying running. So my next event is the Gold Coast Half Marathon
in July this year. So it will be actually 10 years since my PB event. So I'm looking forward to a few months of running, and that will be our videos, well, my videos for a little while will be all around running. So I hope you like those. I'd love to know how you started in sport. What's your first love? Anyway, thanks for running with me, and we'll be running a lot then over the next few months.